orbem terrarum esse, alterum 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 orbem terrarum esse. You're too late. He's gone.
Today marks 20 years. How are you feeling?
Thirsty.
Is that all?
That is all.
You'll soon be reunited with your sister.
I have endured much graver circumstance.
It is not a matter of whether you can endure her return. I have not a single doubt that you will. But you are entitled to your feelings, be it excitement or fear.
Please.
It is not a weakness to feel things. I can help you feel.
The only thing that I need to feel is this. Remember this, Grip, the next time you lose sight of what you're here for.
It's already midday. We must leave the bed soon.
Must?
Yes, must.
You are royalty. You must do whatever you please.
If it were that simple, our love wouldn't be confined to these four, frankly dreadful walls.
Is that what this is? Love. I love you too.
Coswell! You mustn't barge in like that. We're indecent.
I'm afraid no change of attire could correct that. Leave us.
What is it you want?
Today is August the 3rd.
Is that supposed to be of significance?
Yes, you dim-witted imbecile.
A yes would have sufficed.
Today marks the Foundling Five's return, and with them, the rightful heir to 𝗗𝗜𝗥𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠 throne.
What would that make of us?
Even the best possible outcome would leave me dethroned. Have you heard from 𝗵𝗥?
I have not.
You are so worthless. 𝗵𝗥's the one matter I concerned you with.
And I have done my part by laying with him.
You have done your part. You have had months to bear his child, or at the very least, get him to court you. You have failed in doing either. Now it is up to me to salvage the situation, per usual.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to speak to 𝗗𝗑𝗧𝗧𝗧. She cannot possibly trust a 20-year-old earthling with the fate of 𝗗𝗂𝗧.
Are you sure that's the right approach? She does not particularly take a liking to you.
Even so.
I could speak to her. Woman to woman.
You mean queen to whore?
I was queen once too. The late King 𝗗𝗏𝗥𝗦, I'm sure you recall, given that there wouldn't even be a throne for you to defend if it weren't for me.
A king's courted whore is still but a whore. Best you not forget that, sister dear.
Look out!
Your Majesty!
I see your senses are as good as ever.
My sincerest apologies, Your Majesty. You moved with such stealth that I mistook you for a thief. I've been encountering a lot of those as of late. Dozens, really. I think word of me being here is spreading. I might have to relocate.
Look at me.
Your Majesty, you don't...
Be quiet.
Your Majesty...
There. You shouldn't have to relive this horror every time you come across your reflection.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
I come bearing news. The time has come for you to reclaim your home in Odrian.
But my daughter...
Returns tonight.
What?
You're going to be reunited with your daughter, 𝗗𝗑𝗧𝗧𝗏.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Your Majesty.
All right, that's enough of that. But remember, 𝗗𝗏𝗧𝗏, our arrangement. If you break the end of the bargain, I will have no choice but to take her away from you. Do you understand?
I won't. You have my word.
I trust that I do. A carriage will arrive to escort you back to Odrian in an hour's time.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Welcome back home.
Thank you, 𝗗𝗥𝗦𝗏𝗥.
Good afternoon, Yashal. Going on a hunger strike now, are we? Starving him is not the way to go.
What else am I to do? You refuse to kill him.
Killing him would mean killing you.
Then so be it. I've nothing left to live for.
Today marks the 20th.
How are you feeling?
Ready? Now, eat. That's an order.
𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗍𝗄.
Your Majesty,
To what do I owe this pleasure?
I'm here to speak to you about what's unfolding tonight.
And what may that be?
You summon back the Foundling 5. You thought you would get away with me not knowing?
Oh, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗍𝗲. You're not even worth the effort it would take to tiptoe around you.
I beg your pardon?
I simply did not want to bother you with something that does not concern you.
I, the King of 𝗗𝗏𝗏,
The acting king of the Costa.
demand to be informed.
Say it.
I, the acting King of 𝗗𝗏𝗏, demand to
be informed. Yes, yes. Would that be all?
What will be the fate of 𝗗𝗏𝗏 now that you are summoning back the girl?
The girl?
You mean Queen Delilah?
The last of King Arledge's descendants? The rightful claim to 𝗗𝗏𝗏's throne?
She is incompetent.
Is that so?
She has been raised in a universe that has coddled her. She's not fit to rule another.
And you base this on what, exactly?
For one thing, her age.
What of it?
She's a juvenile.
She's 20 years of age. My father was 14 when he first ruled Odrian.
Yes, of course, but your father... Your father was a tremendous ruler. He was strong, red-blooded. He was...
A man.
For another thing...
I was barely 16 years of age when I was named Queen of Odrian. What exactly are you implying here, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗍𝗏?
Your Majesty, I do not mean to offend you. I'm sure you are of some use to this kingdom. I mean, you must see where I'm coming from. You had the kingdom handed to you on a golden platter.
On a golden platter? I was left to rule a universe neck deep in its own mayhem. The 𝗗𝗓𝗏 that you see before you today would not be standing, if not for the little use that you claim that I am to this kingdom.
And I assume we're just going to gloss over the fact that 𝗗𝗓𝗏 was not deemed stable until your marriage to King 𝗗𝗏𝗦. You can dance around the matter all you want, Your Majesty, but it won't change the fact that the only good you've done this god-forsaken universe is open your legs for a man who can actually do something about it.
Alec!
Ah, yes. Yet another man to fight your battles for you.
I sincerely hope that you've enjoyed playing King Carswell. Because as of tomorrow, I will personally see to it that you are never to have access to a throne again. For as long as a woman is there to fill that seat better.
What an utter fool. He managed to trouble you, didn't he?
Trouble me? You were the one leaping at his throat.
He was disrespecting you.
And you? How dare you undermine me?
Undermine you?
Before Carswell, of all people.
I was trying to defend you.
I can defend myself. And I certainly do not need a man stepping in, proposing otherwise.
It was never my intention to.
Every day, I wake up knowing that I have to prove myself before Carswell and thousands of skeptics like him who think me unfit. That I am worthy of this throne, and not despite being a woman, but because of it. Only to have the likes of you and 𝗗𝗏𝗏 swooping in to rescue me like I'm some sort of damsel in distress that needs saving.
Forgive me, 𝗗𝗏𝗏. I didn't think.
Just leave me to rest.
𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗏!
Hold on to your hose.
What can I do for you, Alec?
Are you just waking up? It's well after noon.
I'm sure you didn't come to this neck of the woods just to chastise me on my sleeping pattern.
I'm here with a proposition. An opportunity that'll free you from this place. You do not have to live your life this way.
I am very much content with the life I lead, Alec. Even if you aren't.
I have a job for you.
I already have a job.
Forgive me, 𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗏, but sleeping with men and women in exchange for money is not a job.
And being the Queen's gigolo is.
That is not what I am.
Call it what you will. I am not the one to judge.
You remember the tale I told you about a satyr that goes by the name 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the son of Sir Truman, the last of his name?
No, nor does it interest me.
He was sent to Earth during the Great War. in an effort to preserve his life and the lives of 4 others chosen to go with him.
What part of it does not interest me do you not understand?
We summoned them back tonight.
And what does that have to do with me?
𝗗𝗓𝗏 will need a lot of help adjusting to life as a satyr. I would like you to train him.
So you want me to babysit?
You would be single-handedly shaping the Sir Truman's only descendant. Do you not realize how big of an honor that is?
Then congratulations are in order as I hand the torch to you, big brother. Congratulations, a gigolo no more.
Alexei.
Spare me, Alec.
I'm just trying to make sure you make something out of yourself.
You are trying to make sure I am whatever you decide to make of me. But that ended the second I got out of that kingdom, and I am not going back. This is my choice to make.
In truth, it isn't. I spoke to 𝗗𝗓𝗏.
You did what?
Starting tomorrow, you are going to start your job as 𝗗𝗓𝗏's trainer. Queen's orders.
I can't believe you.
You'll also be moving to Panmonia alongside his serenity, to both guard and guide him at all times. I promise you, it's better than this ditch you called home for the past year. A carriage will be here shortly to pick you up.
You were right.
I'm always right, so you're going to have to be more specific.
I'm with child.
What?
It's true. I can sense her.
This is so fantastic!
It is?
Of course it is! We're having a daughter. What is it?
You know our courtship is prohibited, and the council has been tolerant.
Tolerant?
For as long as they're not burning us at the stake, Kenshin, then yes, tolerant. But now, for me to bear your child, it's unprecedented. Who knows what this child could mean?
It will mean whatever we make of it. Together.
𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏.
Your Majesty.
How have you been settling in?
I'll admit, it's eerie being back here. After all these years.
I thought it would be best for you to have some time to familiarize yourself with the space once more. The best chance we have for Mitsuko to not raise any questions as to why you were banished is to have her believe that you were never banished to begin with.
I see, Your Majesty. Of course.
As should have been the case in the first place. No one should be punished for loving who they love. What is it, Alec?
It's time. Your Majesty, are you all right?
Truthfully, I'm terrified.
You know Daria's more than prepared to see this through. She's been practicing for decades.
It's not the matter of whether or not she'll succeed.
Then what is it a matter of?
These past 2 decades, my mind had been put to rest, knowing she's out there and there's nothing I can do to... I don't want to wreck things with her.
You won't.
Yes, I will. That's what I do. It's what I've always done. It's what I do with you.
And here I still am.
Because you're a fool.
Because I love you.
Same difference.
And so will she. Now, let's bring your sister home.